back after a week hiatus due to personal things. Uh,
Was it only a week?
it was a week, yeah. Um, so I'm pretty sure it was a week.
I think
Oh
it was like
no,
two,
it's
wasn't it?
actually two
What was
weeks.
it?
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah,
2 weeks?
Yeah, boy.
yeah.
Damn boy.
But yeah, yeah we had people missing, so we had to cancel, and then had a death in real life that made me postpone.
F.
But we're back now, and we're ready to get going. I'm pretty sure all my players missed the game, and we're happy to get back into it. As they all just are going to be venturing into their death, right? Yes.
Oh
Ready?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
What was that?
I don't know. Anyway, so uh, does anyone remember what happened last session? Because I surely don't.
I mildly do.
Wait, aren't you the DM?
My mind's a bit frazzled for the last week, so
Is it true recap time?
it's a recap time. This is it.
I'm
Oh yeah.
Plus, I have the old this last session up on the internet, so anyone can view
Emotional
it.
drama.
Wait, hey, I did watch this one.
Oh damn!
Incredible. Well, recap time. Recap time.
Recap time.
So everything started in great tiny village of Minayama after our fine adventurers were done restoring the memories of an old man who wandered into the forgotten forest and was bitten by a wolf were. It's like a werewolf but backwards. Kind of funny, huh? And so uh, our adventurers finally decided to head out with a litter in hand from the man's wife for cheaper prices on a little coach service. Right, it was kind of bumpy. Owning up the coach, pretty funny. Um, you know, travel the road, speak a little. Not many things were discussed during the travels. However, at night, once night had fallen, uh, rest in peace, Red Boat. Somebody decided to get drunk off their asses for some of their own reasons. Uh,
Unknown reasons.
Truly a
oh
mystery.
yep. Had a little heart to heart with the paladin of the group before collapsing in the dirt after taking one too many swigs. Meanwhile, after that, brother number two woke up with dear Mr. Rin, had a little talk as well. Uh, got pulled into the whispers. Funny stuff was said there. Made my did skip it in the recaps. I saw a lot of what was said in there for the better. Also, completely missed the fact that the part of the group, uh, Yotov Davos holy symbol away, a possession of his mother. And now, on third watch, going to the fourth, Maru, the other brother, touched at the sword and was pulled into the whispers once again. So redacted, and luckily stumbled back onto the holy symbol that Clay had thrown.
I,
And now we all wake up in the morning, some a bit more hungover than others, which was skewed by the help of a paladin with 5 points of lay on hands. Um, and now the gang's heading back for the road, more precisely, the river.
Very true.
That was a pretty brief recap, but this is only what I remember.
All right.
Very epic.
Epico.
Does anyone else have anything to add?
Anybody want to pitch in?
Thingy. I don't really have much else to add. It's just kind of
Okay. Say, anyone remember the travel company that the small like delivery company that you're traveling with?
Amazon?
No.
the name. No, but I do remember we're traveling with we paid to travel with them to get us to at least the river, and then from there we follow it along
Yeah.
on foot.
Because you guys decide to leave your horses and other animals behind, so you paid for a transport to take you to the river. I think his name began with an H.
Hector. Wait, wrong campaign.
No, that you're thinking of character from Saturdays.
I know.
Oh, I can't remember.
Classic mistake.
See what I said? My brain's a bit frazzled.
It's okay,
Still.
Charles.
Okay,
Yes,
Cars, you
we
can just
shall
make up
roll.
a name now. We'll never know.
Mr. H.
Yeah, we'll just call him Mr. H's delivery service right now. But
Wait, are we in a boat?
you're on a traveling cart. He was gonna take
Oh,
you.
traveling cart.
Yeah, he was gonna take you to well, more of a delivery cart. Cause he's able, like he's like the only kind of delivery person in the village. So he has like the only like heavy duty carts that can carry heavy product.
Oh, very good.
So he can carry rot pines large form.
One time grandpa.
He's thick bottom.
So when rot pine can't maintain his wild shape, he can.
Mhm.
So yeah, Mr. H. Upon morning, as you guys have gotten ready, is feeding his horses and getting them hooked up to the cart, and getting them also hydrated as well. He looks to you guys, just like, you sleep well?
Eh.
Yes.
Could have slept better, but alcohol made it easy for not feeling the pain of sleeping underground. I'm still mad about that, by the way.
We could have slept in the cart if you wanted, but so I'm not
Uh,
sure if it'd be much more comfy.
Oh,
There's
this.
also about a tent and a bedroll.
You guys left me on the floor, goddammit.
We all assume that you just wanted to get closer to nature, and that's why you floor.
Cool.
Not grandpa just yet.
Nadine, quick question from what Maru did with Dorvo's
Yeah.
symbol.
Yes.
Does he still have it, or did he give it back?
No. Didn't give it back.
Okay.
You assume I will.
He ate it.
I'm just
part of him.
wondering. Yeah.
Evil.
He ate it, Cars.
Oh,
Okay.
you're a madman.
I was just trying to kind of piece together what happened last time. So
He's all here solving a puzzle.
yes, I'm trying to put all the pieces together.
It's like a CSI episode.
Oh man. Whew. Or episode of Bones. It's gonna come across the femur. It's like, oh, it's all come together.
See.
All right. So you continue discussing in your morning. Sorry.
Alright. Oh wait, I get chill touch. What the fuck? Oh, it's a friend. Oh, okay.
All right. So if there's anything else you guys like to discuss,
I am Gucci for the time being.
I got nothing.
That seems like an overwhelming no.
All right. So, as you guys all get loaded up into the cart and head out, you will continue. Mr. H will tell you that you will get to travel. You'll be traveling for about another half a day until you reach your destination. So, if there's anything you guys would like to discuss or do in that time being, you can.
Right. Um. So, we're supposed to just go up the river, right?
Duh.
And. Huh.
About.
I reckon we should probably try to pitch camp not too far, but not too close to the forest. And perhaps wait there for the rest of the day and go in tomorrow with the light of the sun.
But is it like dark outside right now?
No, but I don't want to go to the forest when it's like mid-afternoon.
He doesn't want to
We'll
be
see.
He's scared of being caught in the dark.
Hey, true fear.
That's a valid reason to be scared. Forests at night are scary.
Imagine being scared of a forest.
Oh God, says the grandpa tree.
Well, what do you think he's saying that? He literally is the forest, like, what the fuck?
I am scared of no darkness or no trees, alright?
You sure?
Very sure, Grandpa.
What about thousands of them?
Well, the trees to speak.
Well, it depends on the forest, but back in my place, from the non-sentient trees, we had at least what? I don't want to over-exaggerate, like 10 guardians on like a like a little porch. So basically, we kind of split the parts, and then we had some guardians standing there. So if someone were to threaten us, they would.
Ah, well, perhaps you'll get to reconvene with your family.
Oh no, well my family's right here. He just kind of pats his like body.
Alright. So you want to camp outside the forest and go in the beginning of dawn.
Right.
Anybody
you-
else have this idea?
And you're
Yeah,
convinced that nothing could come out of the forest.
Well, that's why I said not too close.
Oh well, I don't mind.
So, how many people are in favor of the idea?
I'm just here for the ride.
Raises his hand.
I prefer traveling at morning. I agree with Darville.
Right. Well, that's I think that's the majority. Yeah?
Hmm.
Even though we could see, well, some shades of color at night, it's only gray.
I also don't want to know what's in there at night.
Mr. Age will just speak up. Probably the same things that are in there during the day, just asleep.
Alright, well, if they're asleep, that means they won't be chasing out at least.
Good observation.
As long as you don't wake them up.
Well, thank you for your support, good sir.
If you're so knowledgeable, what kind of creatures would you expect from there?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not stupid enough to go into that forest.
Oh, I see. So you're advising us to prepare for something that you don't even know about.
Well, I'm just stating the obvious. There are things that sleep during the day and things that sleep at night.
So
He's got,
no matter where we go, we'll always be in danger.
probably.
Hmm.
I mean, Grandpa, you know bats, right? Bats?
I do know of them, yes. A flying rodent. Very,
You see,
very annoying.
the same concept. Sleep during the day, flies at night.
Okay. What about the predators?
No.
Oh, you don't. I'm sorry, little one. I assume you has as much knowledge. My bad.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
fine.
I cannot identify 75 different species of trees or animals.
You can't.
No, I cannot.
Oh. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
And guess what? It is surely not a loss. Because you don't even know music notes.
Music notes. Can't say that I can. I do. Can you, by any chance, eat these music notes? Or
Wait.
maybe use them for something practical, like, I don't know, shelter? Maybe
Really?
air?
You play music with musical notes, Grandpa.
Oh, I thought you played music with your instrument. Oh, never mind. Well, so what is kind of like points at your flute? What is this musical note then? What do you call it?
I was just gonna literally just spit out of the cart and just face away from Grandpa.
What did I do? I was asking a question. What is this? Why did you turn around?
Congratulations, you broke the bard.
But he's in one piece. What do you mean? I only engage in but a small conversation.
Real approach, Grandpa Rapine. Rapine, it's more of a, you know how you read, how you read
Yes.
books.
Yes,
It's
yes.
sort of similar in that way. When you're trying to learn how to read, that's how you learn how to play on your musical instrument.
Hmm. Does
So you
everyone
can't,
need to do this?
unless you train the hard way and learn every note on itself. Yes.
I just don't remember like the little satyrs that we have. They also had these like you have what is it? A flute you said. They also play some of those, but I didn't see them reading anything.
Well,
I can also,
they learn it.
when I get, I can connect 3 people, including myself, telepathically. So if we're split into groups when we're traveling, I can connect one person per group.
You hear a voice kind of back of your head just telling you, "Don't split the party."
For some reason, have an urgent feeling that we should split the party. I don't know why.
Oh no!
Wait, hold on. Are we suggesting we split the party in the forest?
I'm suggesting. I'm
No.
just saying that we're going to travel, and we're gonna try. I suggest we travel in a line, but in pairs. So we'll have 2 in the front.
Oh,
2
dude,
in
we're gonna throw the enemy in such a loop if we split up. They were like, "Oh my god, where did I go?" Oh, we're genius.
No. No, we're not genius, Grandpa. Get out of here. Oh,
Just combat starts, everybody fucking scatters.
I realized they fucked up.
What I'm
Close
saying is,
to
if we're travel to the forest and we travel in a line, but 2 people per section of the line, so we'll have 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, 2 in the back. I can link 1 person per part of the line. That way, if something happens to the pair and the rest of us don't notice, we can alert each other.
Right. I also suggest we also tie ourselves with rope. That way, in case anything happens, we can use the rope to find each other.
Or if it gets really bad, you can hang ourselves. I mean,
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Okay.
No.
Why didn't I see that coming? I've been seeing a lot of stupid jokes, but that one slipped my mind. Congratulations, Tom. You somehow beat my intuition. Yes, you
Oh my
somehow got
God.
past it. Jesus.
Okay. I like the rope idea. and
come on,
you
you're
think
fucking taking ropes into a forest. That's just Fucking, oh, prime material there.
we-
Fucking, it's all about the
Can
respect.
we like not
Can we
joke
move
about
past?
stuff like that?
Can we
Yeah.
move
Fucking
past
move
that?
on, move
Guys,
on. Let's go. Let's keep
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Move on,
Jeez.
move on.
Fucking
Yeah.
hilarious is what it is. Amazing.
Oh,
Anyway,
fucking
but
go.
yes, the plan.
Okay.
My plan was that just if we're gonna go into the forest, and we could do like the two thing, but we can also use a rope to tie each other together. That way, we at least have a basic idea of where we are. In case someone gets pulled or they fall down, we know that something happened to them. The
I
rope
like
is
the
a
idea.
warning sign.
Well, I said I would take the back of the rope,
Hmm.
except you better not put Grandpa next to me.
I mean, sure.
you-
We'll.
Graham,
I could be in
Graham.
the middle. I'm
The
like a
best-
sturdy one.
The best spot to put Grandpa would be in the middle. That way, if anything happens, he's an anchor point between 2 points.
Yep.
I'll go in front. That way, in case we get into combat, I'll be able to at least take some of the hits off you all.
I'll go in the back with Brett.
Oh, I was gonna say wanted to go in the back so that I can use my bow.
You sure you want to go in the back, Brad? You better at punching stuff. Or throwing rocks at people.
Duh, they come from behind.
I'll be right behind you, Clay.
All right.
Right, well, that means Clay and Ryu in the front, Grandpa Rin in the middle, and the best duo of all time in the back.
All right. So, because we have little to no knowledge of the forest, besides the fact that there's those werewolf thingies, or I forgot what he called them, Karst. I know they were like
Wolf
Wolf
wares.
wear.
wolf wares. There you go. Thank you.
Wolfwear.
They're
Yes.
werewolves going to the rebellious phase. This is how I remember.
The wolf wares. We know that they may hunt in packs or something. So, Darvo, Maru, just be careful when looking at behind us in case something follows us. Just like you guys said, just watch our sits, and we hopefully should be fine.
Well, hopefully the forest is not too thin, and I can actually see
Oh.
trees providing good coverage from the sun.
Right.
Don't worry, Clay. You're going to be an unstoppable duo. You both up front. Nothing will go wrong.
Oh, right. One more thing. One more thing. In case anyone hears music, I don't care if it's a slight, like a slight note, and it's not coming from our musicians here. We have to be aware. We have to be on alert. Just remember the nice man told us he heard a melody that made him go into the forest. It hypnotized him. So unless it's
Can I quickly search the banks of my memory to see if I know any like creature that has like the hypnotic singing or something like that?
Sure. Roll me a history check.
Got you, fam.
Could Rin
Normal.
attempt one as well?
13?
Okay.
Can Rin attempt one as well?
Rin's not as well versed with magical forests and their
Magical
denizens.
forest creatures.
Just from where he's at, he doesn't have as much experience with it.
We lost a
Alright.
Drow Rover.
Alright, so
We
for
found a Drow Rover.
so for a 13, Rapine, you can't recall specific ones, but you do know that there are a good couple handfuls of creatures that both sinister and benign, that use magic to mesmerize and bewitch just mortals, and those unlucky enough to wander into their territory. And some just do it for fun. but that's all you can recall.
Yeah, he'll keep this in mind, but he won't say anything right now.
Okay. The people in the front and the people on the back, who should I link telepathically?
Can you link
You should
one
link
each?
Clay. Clay is smart. I'm stupid. I don't know how to warn
I
you
will link.
guys. So yeah.
Don't sell yourself short. Goodness gracious.
Alright, you've been volunteered, Clay. Brothers, which one of you wants to be linked?
Don't think you want to hear the. There's always noise in my head. I
It's
think a
called
lot.
it's called
So are
internal
you?
screaming.
Yes,
Sorry.
and we all have that. Uh, so you're volunteering your brother then?
Maru?
Duh.
Duh, as in yes, responding to him. Duh, or as in you agree to be telepathically linked to me.
Both.
Eh, yeah, both really. Was gonna say.
All right. We have a semblance of a plan at least.
Okay. All right. So with that, you guys travel for the rest of the half day until Mr. H uh, brings the transport cart to a stop, and he kind of like says, "Who's doing the loud typing?"
Do I have? I think it might be me, but I think I have noise suppression off.
The two.
Oh,
Yeah.
Person doesn't stop the keyboard stuff.
yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't know. Microphone's acting weird. Okay.
Okay, just wondering. Uh, so yeah, he'll kind of set the reins down and just look back to you. It's like, all right, well, we made our destination. Here we go, bridge by the river that leads into the forest. May may the gods have mercy on you all, and good luck on your trip.
Thank you. You too.
Thank Rin does polite half bow. Thank you very much, and have a nice day, sir.
Oh, make sure to stay safe.
Oh, I will.
Uh,
Quiet whisper.
Ren will give him 3 silver as a tip for your trouble.
Oh well, much much kind of you. Thank you.
The quiet whisper is blasphemy. Have a good day, sir.
Oh, I wish you all luck on, well, whatever you're going in there to do. If you make it back, I'll give you another transport somewhere you need to go, or maybe if you need something shipped, I'll give you 50% off.
Is that like what? What does that mean? Is that like to be?
So discount
You
grandpa.
know, we'll explain. We'll explain later. We need
Oh,
to
very good.
All right. So as you guys unload from the transport cart one by one and head down the small slope that this road was built on, you guys see the flowing river nearby with the bridge that crosses over it. And in the distance, you see, even in the midday light, the light of midday, you see just in the distance the kind of very vibrant pink hue of multiple cherry blossom trees. Even from this distance, it seems like they're kind of almost like sparkling like starlight in the day. And to note that these cherry blossom trees are huge, by the way.
Hey, look, I found
About
Reed's
like
family.
Ryu's amazed. Ryu's just amazed and fucking so happy. He's like a little boy seeing a fucking amusement park.
you can tell, you can kind of tell from this distance that most of them are like 2 times or 3 times the size of a normal cherry blossom tree.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who needed to find like a certain flower? Was it
I think
Darwell, right?
yes.
I guess before we go in, like, are we on the edge of the forest then?
You still have a bit of travel by foot to get up to the forest.
Okay, well, Darwell, I suggest once we get to the edge of the forest, I could possibly, before we enter, quickly use a teeny tiny little spell to see if we can find that little pretty flower that you wanted.
Right, right. So it's one that I need do it 3 of them. But guess one is
Well,
better than
yes.
none.
Well, if we can find one of them, that means we are on the right path, are we not?
Yes, I guess so. This just reminds me a lot of the Black Forest. This place give me the creeps.
Well, this is quite opposite of a black, but I can see the confusion.
Uh, you, you folks have Black Forest in here? No.
Well, I think we had the darkest forest of all the continent. Correct me if I'm wrong, God, but I think so. Just looking at the pictures.
Um, it wasn't always that way, Rotpine.
I know that fucking. Well, at one point it wasn't, but right now, yeah, I think we own the great pleasure of being the darkest forest, but it's nowhere near black. It's more like this, and he can just points at himself.
Right. Right. Well, must say, I think there were some way taller than somber trees back from where I come.
Okay. So, you guys setting out now on foot to get closer, or
First question:
yes?
how far does the forest look currently if we were to travel on foot? Like from here to there, how long would it take us to get around to there?
Roll my survival check.
Sure. 18.
Not bad. All right. Your best guesstimate of the distance. It'll probably take you on foot about maybe 4 to 5 hours to get to the forest edge.
Judging from distance currently, yeah, possibly 45-hour travel time between here and Forest Edge. At what point do we want to say? Do we want to stop and wait until next day?
Well, an hour away from the forest should be plenty distance. And enough for us to warm up on the way there.
I'd say safe side would be hour and a half.
Well, better safe than sorry.
How about everyone else? Any qualms with suggestion? Hour and a half away from forest. Remain there until next day. Get up bright and early and head out.
Sure.
Sounds good. We don't really know what's in there, so it's probably best we at least have a better light source. So yeah, that sounds fine with me.
How close are we getting?
Yeah, still with like an hour and a half of walk away.
Hmm.
So we're gonna have to roughly walk.
Okay, well then we can maybe set up camp. Then me and you, we can quickly go to the edge, do a little spelly spell. Maybe I could see what I can, maybe
We'll do that in the
discover.
morning.
Well, that it's a ritual spell, so it'll take like some minutes to cast. But if you're okay with that,
Sure, sure. So we would have to walk to get an hour and a half. That
let's just but a little walk.
should be walking for about. Wait. Eh, I don't have a clock on me. Anybody brought a clock or a watch?
You can just read the sun, can you not?
You
No,
can
I,
also
no, I,
you can also keep track of time by counting the minutes that pass.
I don't have that good of a concentration, or those
Or that much free
Actually-
time? What the fuck?
don't got that much of a concentration, or actually no, my eyes are just too good for you, Earth people.
Earth people?
What you call me?
You who don't live underground, ooh.
Technically, that would make us landwalkers, and you would be the Earth people because you are in the Earth.
Alright, well,
Alright,
Earth
I-
people got better vision than you do.
Okay.
We are new dwellers.
Weird.
They're mole people.
No.
Alright, so as you guys make your way towards the forest, Ryu, as you guys are kind of walking along the riverside here, following the river along, you notice that just with kind of your passive perception that this river has a good abundance of fish life in it.
Ryu knows that he's on a mission right now,
Mhm.
so he's not gonna get distracted by some fish. I'm sorry.
Fucking fish.
It kills him inside a bit, but yes.
You
Mission
know,
after all. He can't
uh,
he
you
has
are
to stay focused.
aware. You are aware there's nothing stopping us from if we finish our mission. We actually live from coming back here and setting up camp by the river, right?
Yes,
Hey,
this seems
man.
like a great fishing spot.
Weren't you guys
It-
gonna be setting up camp anyway by the river to wait for next day
Yeah.
so you could fish then?
Not now.
Not now. I'm just letting. I was just
Not
letting.
now.
I was just letting you know that he could fish later. I was just letting you know.
I will.
Didn't want to have Ryu have this entire like eternal character crisis.
Fish.
Must not fish. All right. So, you guys
Ren,
continue
by the
along.
way,
Yes. Sorry.
no, Ren is, I'm gonna say Ren is keeping accurate track of time by just counting the minutes.
Oh, okay.
Actual psychopath out there.
That's it.
What the fuck? Chorus.
Oh my.
I was like, what the hell?
Okay.
So,
Just a quick question,
Shima.
Karst. Is the the fucking forest the closest like biome next to us? Like, would it be the closest one that would have animals in it, or is something closer?
It'd probably be the largest woodland area nearby that has an abundance
Okay.
of life in it.
I'll tell you why I want to do this because I have like this thing, and I'm just thinking like if I do this,
Uh-huh.
it's going to be Fey instead of a beast.
Okay.
So if we set camp and I use it, I'm just thinking maybe something from the forest itself would appear, and that would help us out in a way.
Ah, okay. Um, yeah, you could do
An
that.
attempt was made
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that. So when do you want to do this?
when we set up camp, and then once we set up camp and like settle down, then we'll go through with it.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh, it disappears after a number of hours? Oh no. Equal to half your druid level. Oh no.
Yep.
That means it'll disappear after 1.5 hours.
Oh well, you know, still enough to question things.
Okay.
I'm sorry, little one.
Just literally fucking Thanos snaps him out of existence.
Ah! I don't feel so good, Mr. Grandpa Rapine.
Too bad.
Oh god.
Alright, so
Be gone, fiend.
you continue to travel on foot for a bit longer. Getting to where you're about maybe, well, you guys said like an hour and a half away from the forest.
Yeah.
Right, I think that's what I overheard you guys saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was the thing. Yeah.
Okay,
you
so
know what I have on foot away from the forest. Yes.
alright. So you guys get there. Getting as you have drawn closer, as you're traveling for the last few hours on foot, you notice how much bigger the trees have gotten. You know, just drawing closer, just how well, seeing what Ryu saw or realized, just how big they are. These trees are quite massive,
Impressive.
and you see that even like deeper into the forest, are trees that are even taller than these ones. As you guys just kind of stand there, kind of observing your surroundings, you kind of feel this strange kind of sensation upon you all, as this like something's watching you, but you can't see what.
Can I scan the tree line?
Sure. Let me perception check.
Alright. Perception. Normal perception, right?
Yes. Unless you have something to give yourself advantage. 18.
18.
Okay. As you kind of take a look, kind of, even though, because you're still a good like an hour and a half away on foot, you kind of just take a look and scan throughout, and you don't see anything, but that feeling still persists. That something's watching you. But with that, you guys go about setting up your camp for the to get ready. Well, for the night. You know, when night approaches, kind of setting up your, I guess not base camp, but just setting up a camp so you guys can prepare for night.
Oh, if you don't mind, I'll try to find us a little itsy bitsy tiny friend over here, see what we got. And I'll start ritually casting spell.
All right. It does, while ritual casting, does that still consume one of your wild shapes? Oh, as an action, you can. Okay, so yeah, it won't expend a wild shape if you ritual it.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so while you're doing that, what's everyone else doing?
Well, since we settled down, I'm gonna go fishing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there it is. Okay.
And I'm
Money.
coming with you.
Yes! It's
Fishing rod
fishing
is-
time! And he's gonna wear his straw hat.
All right.
I'm gonna sit roughly 40 feet away from them with my bow in my lap and an arrow next to me, just in case we get a repeat of the Banshee incident.
Have no fear, I rolled a 20!
Nice, 20. Okay.
Can you let me borrow the fishing supplies a little bit too? Am I just gonna
Did-
watch there?
Did you want to join them, Darvo?
Hell the fuck is, I'm joining, hell yeah.
Okay. So
I double Neil Lobs fishing.
All right, so Darvo will join you, Ryu, in fishing. Though I'm pretty sure you don't have a backup pole.
What?
Do you have a backup fishing pole, or do you just have the one?
He's going
No,
spearfishing.
I only have one, sadly.
Okay.
Oh no.
All right, so Darvo, you're gonna have to get inventive for how you're gonna fish.
Mage hand.
Is there some bamboo nearby?
You can check to see if you can find some type of plant life that would work as a, fishing pole medium.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a survival check as you kind of go hunting for something like that nearby. God damn it! No. You don't really end up finding anything. Just kind of Ryu and Rin just kind of see you just kind of wander around the fishing spot for about a good hour, just trying to find something to fish with.
I want to find something like the first 20 minutes. I'm just gonna look for a somewhat robust stick.
Right,
You know
right,
what?
right.
I can help you slightly here. Come over here, Daryl. Come over here.
Sure, you got an idea in mind?
And Ryu, can I borrow an extra hook from your fishing box?
Sure thing.
Of
Yes,
course,
I'm
I have 10 feet of string. I'm gonna attach the fishing hook to the end of the string, and then I'm gonna give it to Darvo here.
Okay.
You now have a fishing line. You don't need the stick. You got 10 feet, but knock yourself out.
I tried doing that one time and it... what's the word again? My brother would know, but it's when you move a bone where it shouldn't go. Dislocate. I would rather not do that again. Very
Did you knock
painful.
yourself out?
Well, almost. Almost just collapsed, yeah.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
But
Here you go. Ryu will hand over the fishing rod to Darvel, and he'll take the string instead.
Okay. In that 20 minutes while you were fishing, in the 20 minutes that Darvo was hunting for something to use for a fishing rod, Ryu, you managed to fish up. Go ahead and roll me a d10
D10
and add 3.
plus 3. All right, that's an 8.
So you managed to fish up 11 fish.
All you can eat buffet.
Most of them a lot of varying sizes. Some of them kind of smaller ones, smaller breeds of fish. You get some good medium-sized ones. Some that
Today,
make some
fish-
nice food.
today, small fishes. Tomorrow, actual fucking whales.
In a river. Okay, buddy.
Have you never heard of the elusive river whale?
Oh,
No,
Okay.
oh.
I'm sure
He's
it's
gonna-
bigger
Come
than
on,
this.
guys. please. He's gonna put all the fish he gathered up in a piece of cloth, and after that, he's going to basically trade with Darvo, so Darvo can try fishing now.
Okay.
And he's gonna go back to fishing with the string and hook.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
want that string back.
Where's this?
Uh,
Yeah, quantity, but I'm sure I can pull off a bigger one. And I'm gonna cast.
All right. 14. All right. Better.
Hmm.
You spend about maybe another 20 minutes. In the time you've managed to fish up, let's say about 3 fish.
Hmm.
If they are like smaller fish, I will just like let them go, throw them
What?
back into the river.
One of them was a small fish. The other two were clearly bigger.
Guys, there are no banshees again, right? We're not gonna get a repeat.
No banshees have appeared so far.
Well, when you
Lazy.
put it like that,
Well, I found myself beaten. It seems you have both more in quantity and yeah, a few of yours look a bit bigger than mine. But hey, good fish.
Yeah, it's alright. You'll get the hang of it over time.
I used to see the little village I was in for a big part of. I actually went amazed underground fishing. But hey, it's an old man who taught me how to fish. Very kind, very weird. Spoke to the fish.
Same, but mine wasn't weird.
Ah, well. I promise you, though. One time, he lifted up. He was pretty old and, pretty, let's say, frail, but I swear on my life, one time I saw him pull up something as big as me.
Damn. Wow.
damn, boy, that's crazy.
Big as you?
Yeah, big
It's
as
pretty
me.
big.
Mm-hmm. I know, right? Probably twice my weight as well.
Oh my god. I just want to say that's what she said, but
I'm
sorry.
Classic.
Fucking children.
And you
Oh.
laughed.
I'm
Oh.
sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Alright, alright. Anyways,
And you laughed when I said Joe.
Oh my goodness.
let's go back to the camp now and let's cook up these fish.
Oh, hey, hell yeah, I'm sure everyone will be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Most certainly.
Can I have my string back?
He gives him his string back.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Have your
Oh,
fishing
thank you.
pole. I'll carry on the fish.
Will they have my friend by the time they're back?
Yes, you would. Which I was just going to
Oh,
get.
fuck yeah.
Which I was just going to get to. So as you, because how, I think it's like 10 minutes for original
10 minutes, yeah.
Because what's the normal casting time for Find Familiar? Is it just an action?
I think let me just quickly double check, but I think it's just an action.
'Cause I can't remember if it's an action or a minute.
Oh no, it's an hour. Casting time's an hour.
Okay, okay. So
Find familiar, yep.
so then it's an hour.
But the duration's instantaneous, so.
Okay. Wait. Oh wait.
So I'm just chilling there for an hour, just humming.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. So yeah. By the time, so you're still in the middle of your ritual while the others come back. Coming back with a good catch of fish for everyone to enjoy.
They caught like 13 fish in half an hour. Holy shit. Yo.
Yeah.
My boy's popping off.
Aye, dear residents of the camp. For we
Idiot.
bring dinner back home tonight, and I would like to congratulate the king of fishing, Ryu.
Yeah, it's me.
You have a
He
Ryu's
points
a
at himself.
pirate now. Okay.
We just kind of just got standing there, those fish bundled up, just his straw hat on, uh, his top just kind of billowing in the wind, with his arms crossed, just looking like Monkey D. Luffy.
Fucking hell.
Oh, sorry. Continue on.
All right, now it's time to cook up this delicious fish. And Ree will start, you know,
Sorry about
butchering. That's all right. Butchering the fish, and cutting them up.
I'll help you with that.
Yeah, get him all
That'd be-
prepped.
Taking
Nice.
those fucking scales off, taking out
Yeah.
the organ.
Taking out bones as best you
Hell,
can.
I don't. You're a crazy man. You don't take out bones that were like fish before you cook it.
Well, I mean,
I'm
depends how
insane.
you cook it.
Depends on the fish as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
that too.
I'm gonna stick it on a stick and put it over a fire.
Oh.
Sociopath.
Alright, so while you guys are doing that, I'll say by the time you finish getting the fish prepped, which will probably be another 20 minutes, Rotpine, you've managed to finish your Find Familiar spell.
Okay.
As you complete your ritual in the little ritual circle that you set up with, whatever Rotpine would use for his rituals. Don't want to assume.
He was literally just chilling in a circle, just literally green spores glowing all around him, just humming in there.
Alright. So as your spell comes to completion for your ritual, you see you can feel it, your magic beginning to kind of take shape as you are calling into existence a fey creature to take on the form of an animal in the region here. And as it does, you feel see this little orb of energy of your magic just kind of appear in the ritual circle. For it begins to grow, and you see a small gateway open, and you see pop out of it your familiar, as it just kind of lands, kind of like in your lap, as you're sitting there.
You just that's what do we have here?
You
What do we have here?
You see before you it's kind of hard.
A lost connection to server. Hell yeah!
Oh,
That's
no.
my favorite animal.
Oh no! You see what looks like just a little ball of slime with just what looks like a couple of some type of like little red stones in it that just kind of flow around, and it bounces a bit, and those little orbs kind of like fixate, looking up towards you, and it just kind of jiggles and bounces there in your in your hold, and you hear it just go.
Oh, what do we have here? Aren't you the cutest little thing? I'll start giving him like pats and shit. No, you're just the cutest thing ever. And he'll stand up and go back to the party with the slime. Okay, everyone, say hi to. Wait,
Hello, wait.
yeah, that's his name now. Sure.
No, name it, you monster.
Well, anyway, wait here over here. Things. Well, I summoned him, and I assume he's probably from somewhere nearby. I think. Possibly. Oh, what? Oh, I see. I don't see. I have no fucking clue. If my speech or beast and leave don't work, I'll use. I think I can use the whatchamacallit. I think it's all one spell. Or level 2 speak with animals.
Alright.
Well, I will work on this one though.
So as you're kind of like trying to explain this to the group, that you're just kind of holding the slimy familiar in your hands, it kind of begins to kind of like ball itself up and kind of bounces in your hands up and down, As it kind
Oh.
of reaches like the apex of its bounce, it begins to kind of spin, and
Oh.
its ball kind of begins to grow before it comes back down and kind of splats a bit in your hands. And as it rebounds and stretches back up, its form has changed. It's now very, very fuzzy and looks kind of like a squirrel, but with very kind of like bright, like kind of like sky blue and silver colored fur and markings, with a
Oh.
very beautiful ruby red eyes.
Well, aren't you an interesting creature? Ho, ho, ho.
It kind of uses its little front paws to kind of scratch behind its ears and go. And
Oh, well, you're adorable.
you can understand it now too.
Ooh, very good.
Yeah, is this better?
Oh, I can understand you, little one. What? Please, what is your name?
My name is Neffet.
Neffet. Very good. You can call me Grandpa Rotpine. I'm a protector. Well, technically, I guess I still am, but yeah, I was the protector of Bountiful Grove. And I have come here to, I assume, what is your forest over here, to help my friends out over here. And just kind of like point at the rest of the party.
It kind of looks to the rest. You see, it kind of just runs up your arm, just sits on your shoulder, and just whispers to you. Yes, I am a creature of this forest nearby. At least the form I have taken. It's an amazing little creature. It can change its
Well, you
form
see-
at will.
It is. You are quite an amazing little thing. I am very proud of you. You seem to be very aware of yourself. Oh. And you're the nicest little thing, too. So polite.
Oh, thank you, master.
Don't need to call me that. Call me Grandpa. It's fine.
Okay, Grandpa.
Very good. Okay, well, let's sit down. Are you hungry by any chance?
Oh, yes, I very much am. And
Oh, very good.
it just hops down off of your shoulder and just runs up to like where the fish are being made.
Would you be so kind as to share a fish with
please,
our
what's
new
the-
little friend?
For sure.
I
Push it up
think
for a
he
second.
will be quite useful for us.
And I'm a small fish.
Why you don't make him jump on us next time?
Well, he's not jumping on you, he's jumping on me.
Yeah, he jumped off a rock pine and just ran up to you guys.
Mm.
As
Well,
you,
as he's... oh, yeah, no, you go ahead,
yeah, you offer him some fish.
Yeah. Give him a small piece.
All right. It kind of takes, carefully takes the piece and kind of sniffs that and nibbles it before kind of popping it all into its mouth. And then it just kind of hops up on where you're getting the fish clean, and you watch as its mouth just kind of opens up very wide, and you see this kind of its tongue just kind of shoot out, grabs one of the fish, and pulls it all the way into its mouth, and before it runs off.
Ow.
That's gross.
Oh well. Oh. So, little one, could you tell us a bit more about your place of living? How is it to live in your forest?
Oh, the Feywild is very nice.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean the forest that this form takes? Well, it is a very strange place. Very familiar too. Feels like the Feywild, in a way. Very abundant in nature and magic.
Is it? Would you say if my little friends here, I just point at my rest of the party, if they were to go in the forest, would they be in any danger?
I don't have memories per se of the area, just feelings. But this form I take feels that there are things that hunt it. So there are probably dangers.
Oh. I see. That is very useful. Also, you say as you come from a Feywild, do you think it would be possible for me to visit your home?
Oh, I don't know, Master. I mean, Grandpa. It could be possible if you can find a way.
Well, of course, of course. I'm just thinking, would I even be welcomed if I came to visit you
Oh,
and your
yes.
friends?
Yes, yes, of course.
Oh,
We welcome all newcomers, yes.
very nice, very nice.
Now, whether or not that some of us will allow you to leave is another thing.
Hmm. I have not been great company, yes, yes.
Some of us are very possessive of mortals.
Well, good thing I'm not one of them, but I can understand it could become a problem to the other ones, yes, of course.
I am not
You know
one,
what?
but I know others that like to keep mortals as pets.
Ooh, do they now?
Hmm.
Quite interesting thing to do. Very odd behavior. Well, okay, how about we listen to some of their questions? Maybe they have something interesting to ask you. And I'll just turn to the party and speak in common. Well, if you have any questions you would like to know about the forest or from the creature, I think he would be more than welcome to answer you as you have fed him.
Um, is there any place of civilization within the forest? If
I'll look at
so,
him and ask,
where?
do you understand them or do I need to translate?
It, it'll look to you and just kind of chitter a bit, and you hear it say, "Oh yes, I understand. Just had to think. Um, feeling of others living there. Not sure if that means civilization or anything, but there's definitely someone in there."
Well, he says that there are things in there, but he's not sure if it's civilization. Well, what else do you have, lads? Maybe something else?
Clay, anyone?
I'm trying to think, first.
You have an
I have
inquisitive Rin?
something. I have something, but I
Very
can't
inquisitive,
word it.
sits silent. Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, Cursed. I kinda zoned out for the last 2 minutes because somebody was talking to me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Fable, you go ahead.
Um, hmm. Okay, I don't know if this has been asked yet, but what, what kind of creatures were you able to see in the forest?
Hmm.
Anything of note, like wolves, tigers, things like that?
It'll it'll answer to you, Rotpine. Oh, there are many things in there. Big and small, thin and fat. Many things that can squash you flat.
Of course, it
Oh, well, he
rhymes.
speaks in rhymes, first of all. Very, very attractive. That's just pat him again, like, oh, that's very good of you. Very creative little thing. Anyways, yeah, he says there are multiple things, small, big enough to, flatten you. So, I assume that they are, like, almost every kind of beast that you can imagine. Just by the description of it, of course.
Alright. Is there anything extremely dangerous there that we should probably avoid?
Well, okay, before you keep asking these questions, you have to remember he is not an official resident of the forest, he's a fake creature. So his answers may vary from the actual creatures that live in the forest itself.
You see the squirrel just kind of scratching its chin a bit, and just kind of tilts its head. For its form kind of begins to melt, and it turns back into its slime form. Before it kind of starts bouncing again, bouncing in the air and spinning. and it lands and reforms itself into what looks kind of like a best way to put it is kind of like a frog of some sort, though it's got like really big bulging eyes, and it's got very vibrant colors with primarily body color of uh, almost kind of like a pale white with red markings on its back. It kind of hops over to you, Clay,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of looks back to you, Rapine, and croaks. As you understand, it's like, just let him know that I will not hurt him. Just demonstrating.
Oh, he's about to demonstrate something to you. He will not hurt you.
All right.
All right. So as it kind of hops over to you, it will look at you, and you just watch as its mouth opens up very wide and shoots its tongue out and sticks to the middle of your forehead, and it pulls itself, and you guys watch as this frog just envelops all of Clay's head.
I'm about
It's
to,
fine, it's fine. He's just demonstrating.
After a couple seconds like this, it'll spit you out, Clay, and just then hop back over to you, Grandpa.
I imagine Clay's face now has a buttload of freaking saliva from a frog.
Yes.
He's just like, okay, that was gross. And apparently, frogs that can eat people's heads. Okay, this is gonna suck.
Oh, like a wide mouth. So, okay. Hmm.
I thought snakes were the only things that could do these, but okay.
The frog kind of will croak at you. Rob Pine's like, ah, yes, this form, able to devour large things and have strong acid to melt it down quickly. But I did not melt, so he is safe.
Oh, yes, that was a very good demonstration.
It-
I think that something should stay in the Feywild where they come from.
Would you, by any chance, have seen any other of my kin? You know, resembling me?
Oh, walking, docking trees. Yes, there are some.
Amazing how Faye doesn't know what tree it is.
I have seen some before, but only from a distance.
What do they seem like? Are they as... how would I put this? Friendly as I am?
Some are, yes. Some are loners. Some hate being around others.
Ooh, that's a problem. Very good. Well, we have some time left, so why not join us for a while here? So you can come sit with us, listen to our stories and stuff. You have been very helpful.
That sounds very pleasant. Thank you.
Oh, you're no more than welcome, little one.
It'll just kind of
Now,
hop back up onto your shoulder, and
Mhm.
it'll just hop in the air and spin again, and as it just turns back into its slime form, and just go, and just kind of jiggle.
yes. Oh, well, this is just a nice little thing. We have someone here.
Would disagree, but sure.
Or would you disagree? He's just the nicest little thing, is he not? Helped us out, gave us some information. And look at him, isn't he just adorable? Just kind of like pets the bubbly thing. There you go.
It jiggles.
Give it
I'll actually just kind of like take him down, play with him a bit.
gross that expression.
It does a little jiggly dance.
Any of you want to hold him or just like extend him?
No, thank you.
Are you sure he's very nice to hold?
No, thank you.
It kind of looks at you, Darvo, and just kind of you hear it just kind of go, just looking at you with like a sad look. Or we can
Oh, now you disappointed him.
I would like to say that I'm just like staring back at just like menacingly removing the scales off of a fish.
As you just kind of stare at it like that, you just watch as its slime form just uh kind of shifts and starts to look like your face, but like just like a slime form of your face. It's very accurate.
Oh,
I'm gonna put my dagger next to it.
a creature of many talents.
Just stops removing the scales off everything, just throw the dagger next to the fish, to the fucking slime ball. Don't you dare do that again!
Oh, please, he's just playing.
No, please, it's just I don't care.
Oh, maybe you should, because, you know, you don't. I don't think you want to be on a bad terms with the Feywild. As I heard from this little thing, they like to keep you guys as pets. Well, some of them.
One drop.
Okay, someone was so shocked they dropped the pad. Oh, holy shit, okay. The comedic timing, holy fuck.
That was good. It would have been better if someone just yelled out, "What?"
It's the passerby's holy fuck.
But Darva, you kind of like bring out the knife. It's still its form, kind of looking like your face. It sticks out what would be your tongue and just kind of blows a raspberry at you, before it just changes back to normal.
Darvo, just drop it. Holding grudges is not good look for you.
Yeah, well, it's not my fault. I don't like that. Whatever that thing is.
You don't have to, just don't. Yeah. Just. Don't keep. Try to at least get along with it. If
I'll
not,
just
then
pet it like, it's okay,
don't.
little one.
Where did
If
it
not,
even
get-
come from?
The Feywild, of course, where else?
Things will not always be easy, and you not always get along with the people you're going to be with. Just look at me, I'm still here.
Don't say that.
Mm.
No, I'm being serious. Don't say stuff like that.
Hey, it was joke.
Yeah, well, even as a joke.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
If you can't get along, then ignore. Simple as that. You know, if you can't ignore, then turn other way and focus on other thing.
Sure. Sure.
I'll just pet the slime and go like, it's okay, they just don't understand you. You know, their spiritual levels and their brain forms are just not the same, so...
I'm literally trying to get.
Oh, this was not a comment, don't worry, you didn't understand.
Of course.
The song was just kind of jiggles like.
It's fine, don't be upset at them. They are way too young, they don't really understand what they're doing.
Curse, what time is it now in the day?
It's midday.
Alright, this is going to be a very long day.
Oh yeah.
Da, I
Oh.
will go for a walk.
You need company?
Yet.
Fucking shut down, Jesus Christ.
Let me rephrase. I have no intention of following you because probably you're going to beat me to the ground. You turn a corner.
I didn't
I'm
say you were
asking you
going
that
to follow me.
I'm asking if you should take somebody with you just in case something happens.
I will walk away from forest, not towards forest.
That'd be better.
We'll start
Have
taking
fun, don't
a
get
walk
stabbed.
Okay.
I'll just start waltzing around just to kill some time.
Okay. If there's nothing else you guys would like to discuss, we can hit the fast forward button if you guys want to.
Oh. Yeah, but
Ren is
the creature would disappear after an hour and a half, so...
Yeah.
Ren is just going to waste time by throwing spectral daggers 60 feet up into the air and watching them disappear.
Okay. For the rest of the time, the little slime familiar will just kind of just try to impress you, Rot Pine, by changing into other little creatures.
I'll just excitedly clap for him. Very good.
It enjoys your applause and your approval of its abilities.
Grandpa's just sitting there like a proud grandparent, like, yay! You know how little kids do literally nothing, and then grandparents are just like, oh, no.
It changes into like one of the transformations. It like changes into like what looks like a tiny little marsupial or monkey of some sort, and it'll like kind of take a bow.
Well, I guess I'll do a similar little bow to him.
And this monkey is very odd in itself as well. Its tail is like 3 times the length of its own body, and its body is, you know, not very big at all, but probably standing about maybe I'd say about maybe a foot tall from foot to head. And its tail stretches out about like 3 feet, but you can see it kind of curls up, just kind of like a what is it? No, it's not pinwheel, but basically it's kind of curling up tight like a coil.
Spiral?
Yeah, spiral. Yeah, or spiral coil. And you watch as it just kind of some of the few nearby trees that are near the river, it'll kind of crawl up into them, and it'll kind of, you watch as it uses its tail to lash out to nearby branches and swings itself. And it can even hang from its tail.
That is very impressive. Where did you find these animals you transform into, eh?
It points towards the forest.
Ooh, that's very nice.
It'll just kind of hop down and crawl up on you, up your back and just under your shoulder. It's like, yes, this forest has many a strange creature within, some that I have not even seen in the Feywild.
Oh, that's quite weird.
It must be a strange evolution based upon this realm here and the strange magic within.
Can you tell me something a bit more about the magic itself? How does it feel?
It feels kind of like home, but different as well. Plus, the magic of this land is very chaotic at times, I can feel.
Yes, sometimes it is. I can surely agree with that.
I can feel a storm brewing in the distance.
A
storm of magic.
Yes, they happen from time to time. The landwalkers here, they refer to them as fucking, what was it, like, what, magic storms or something?
Wild magic storms.
They're just wild magic storms. Not very creative, but would describe as a thing.
I see. Well, that would explain a lot then. But I must go. My time has drawn to an end.
Yes, it is. Well, if you ever hear my word again, you are more than welcome to come back.
I would be very happy to come back. I like visiting new places and seeing new people. Except
Then I'll make sure to call you then.
it raises its one hand and kind of extends a finger and kind of taps the palm of his hand while hiding his face while he's pointing towards Darvo. Except for that one. That one is very rude and mean.
Oh, because he is very young, he does not really. He doesn't do very well with non-landwalkers. He doesn't really know Feywild that much. You forgive him. He's new. He'll learn eventually.
His parents should have did a better job raising him.
Oh, well. I never really as I heard, you didn't hear this from me, but he's not even from this land. He's a
Oh,
stranger. Hmm,
interesting.
right. I imagine over at that place it seems like the parents don't really take good care of their children. They seem very distant.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah, right?
I hope you're not saying that in common.
Fuck no.
No, it's in beast
Good.
speech.
Good.
Oh my god. No fighting, you two.
Yeah, no,
Actually, always gonna have that grandpa.
yeah, this is all beast speech, so
Yep.
this is
Like,
kind
no
of.
manners at all on those little ones. Oh.
All right. The other ones seem very nice.
Oh, well, they are interesting. But they're mostly nice, yes.
That that dragony one there was very kind. Didn't get mad after I gobbled up its head.
Oh, the dragony one, Clay. He's a good little boy. I like him very much. He's very compassionate.
Oh, what then? If he ever visits my home, I'll be sure to give him a treat and a gift.
Oh, well, I'll let him know that. How about that? Well, that's really nice.
Does he like nuts?
I'll make sure to ask him.
Oh, good. I'll prepare some special fade nuts for him.
Very good.
With that, my time has come to an end. And you see, its body just changed back into its slime form as it just begins to fade away, and it just extends a little slime arm and waves you. It goes,
Bye bye.
and that is gone.
Yeah. When he's gone, he'll just look at Clay and go, "Well, Clay, it seems like you are more than welcome to go to Feywilds. They'll even treat you to some gifts and nuts."
Yeah. Good riddance.
Oh,
That
by
sounds
the way, you
nice.
should probably not go to the Feywild, Darbo.
Maybe one day when our adventure leads us there, I'd be more than happy to try that.
Hmm. If you get into Feywild's favor, they can reward you quite handsomely.
Grandpa, I hope that was no threat.
Oh, no, it was totally that wasn't even a threat. That was just a straight up warning. Just don't go there.
So common sense.
Darwin just being like, "What that little shit say about me?" Darwin
Talking imagine or someone installing.
just Darwin gains the bent out shape of a little fake creature.
Listen to me. This one can impersonate me the best.
Well, you did threaten it with a knife.
Listen to me. Next time that knife is gonna go straight into its face.
It's a slime.
Oh my goodness gracious. This gets weirder every time.
Dude's like, I'm gonna stab a slime. It did nothing. What?
Oh goodness. Okay. So,
Oh, this is right.
so Maru, as you're kind of going out for a walk, kind of patrolling around. You know, it's just very calm, very peaceful. And then you see a body floating down the river. Okay.
I don't know if you are or not anymore.
No,
My Amazon
okay.
order. Perfect.
He's so jeez. Nah, yeah, no, it's very calm and peaceful. You kind of,
Alrighty.
so you're kind of walking around. You know, it's just you see there are just some wildlife. See a few deer out here, just kind of grazing and nibbling on the tall grass. So yeah, it's just very nice. All right. There's anything else anyone wants to discuss or do before we get to cooking the fish?
I
It's
thought the fish
still,
was already cooked today. What the fuck?
Oh damn!
Or is that-
Still didn't cook the fish.
Sorry, yeah, no, sorry. No, eating the fish. Sorry.
All right.
It's still morning, right, Cars?
Uh, no, because you guys are traveling for about part of a day already, and then you guys walked here, which consumed more time. So it's probably, I'd say late afternoon.
All right.
I'll take third watch from now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Pat. Hold up. Pat in our pocket. Hold up. Pat in our pocket. Hold up. What's the?
Well, he's padding. Clays is gonna be writing in the book, I guess.
Okay. Pat. Hold. Sorry. Go continue, Darvo.
Just after just like going back through several pockets and just like digging through them. So they're just kind of just like. It must have been the backpack.
Oh, as you are kind of padding around. Oh fuck, I can't remember where it's placed.
What
the funny-
The the right shin symbol.
That
He's
went
wearing
from
it.
He's
that
wearing.
went from being around my neck to pretty much have it tied around my belt.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Just like looked it a few times. It like doesn't get caught on anything.
Okay. All right, continue on then. Sorry.
It must be in my backpack. Yeah.
Gonna go searching through your backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like put it down and start just pulling stuff out of it.
Okay. All right.
Dig.
Don't find what you're looking for.
Yeah. Clay,
Mm-hmm.
you seen my the symbol I showed you a couple of it was yesterday on the card, remember?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. You see it around?
Okay, how do I play this off? I
Uh,
was not prepared, okay? I'll be honest.
Put your hand on his shoulder, look at him with a stern gaze, and tell him, "No, I have not." And then when he's going to die, or when you're on your deathbed,
Okay, I'm gonna do exactly what the most shadiest person in our group suggested. Just tell my deathbed.
okay.
Okay, real talk though. Give me like 10 hours to figure this out. No, oh god, I was not prepared for this.
You should have been.
Karst, I don't prepare in advance. I thought you knew this by now. I actively admit that I never do.
Oh no. Well, you played
Yeah,
yourself.
I really did.
Pop up it.
So anyways, good luck.
Kid, over here, you.
You'll need it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need it. Okay. I'm trying this out while also looking at something that's kind of important that I can't exactly do. Oh boy. Stupid oath spells. Stupid oath.
Hey Clay, why you looking at me like that stupid ass? Answer me already.
I'm trying to think. Okay. Yes, I've seen it.
Oh, where? You have it?
No, it's in a safe place right now.
What do you mean?
That exactly like I said, it's in a safe place right now.
Do you have it?
No,
Who does?
I can't tell you that.
Fuck off! Tell
I'm
me.
not. Look, just trust me when I say it's in a safe place. I'm not trying to hide anything for you, and nor am I trying to mess with you. Just trust me a little bit, okay?
Well, if you're
It's-
trying not to mess with me, then just tell me what it is already.
I can't.
Just take it from me.
Car, shut the fuck up.
Hey, my game. I can talk what I want.
Yes, you can, Carsford.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I took it from you, and then now it's in the hands of a person I trust, and I believe you should too.
I'm going to menacingly just crack my knuckles.
He doesn't actually. His expression doesn't change. If you want to hit me, then go for it. I'm not gonna stop you.
Oh, I'm not gonna fucking hit you, but you better return it by tonight. I'll do fucking worse than hit you.
Don't.
What is that supposed to mean?
Don't threaten me, please. You're right to be mad at me. You have every right to be mad at me. But don't threaten me, please.
Well, you steal something from me and now you just don't want to return it, huh? What kind of thief are you?
I thought I was doing the right thing, okay?
Oh,
I made a
fuck, you did the
mistake.
right thing.
I made a mistake, and I realize now how stupid it is.
Well, stand up to your mistake and go get it. Who'd you give it to?
I'll return it by tonight then.
Alright then. Tonight. It's like, kind of annoyed. Darvo, it's like, shrugs you off.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Friendship, yeah.
You just got threatened by a 5'4" menace.
Got threatened by a twink.
How tall are you, Clay? How tall is
Isn't Clay like 6 foot?
He's a big boy.
He's pretty big, if I remember correctly.
He's a dragonborn.
Yeah.
They are
Also,
big.
How could
Baby.
Darvo put it that Red obviously has the necklace? She's the most
Yeah,
trustworthy
he's-
person.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 220 pounds of muscle.
All I'm saying is that this little tiny 5'4" man just looked at you straight in the eyes without any fucking fear and just told you that.
I'm pretty sure he could squish you.
Wait,
Oh,
wait.
I definitely
wh-
could,
what
but guess
happened?
what?
Guys, what did I miss? Please tell me.
I
I
There's this
my
guy.
family called me. My family called me. This sounds like I missed a very important moment.
Yes,
Oh,
he
you missed a lot
You
of
really
drama.
did.
Well, TLDR just had a little talk with Clay. Told him that if he don't return my symbol tonight, I'm gonna do worse than punch him.
Woo!
and Clay's gonna crush
Goddamn!
Darvo's head between his thighs.
Oh,
No.
saucy.
No, okay,
that's
no.
very
Carson
funny.
being
Ooh.
stupid. Clay honestly said, "Just don't threaten him." That's all he said. He literally's not gonna do anything.
Oh, the raw
Yeah.
sexual tension here. Holy shit.
We're having some family drama, guys.
I don't think he's
Nah,
family
bro,
yet.
yeah.
Yes, Clay's a part of the family now. Okay, I love it.
Confirmed. Lore.
Oh no.
Guys, Clay's just gonna wait for Maru to come back.
I don't think he was that far away. I mean, what's Maru's passive perception?
15?
Yeah, he could hear this going on.
I thought I was still away.
I don't know how far away were you gonna walk.
Not amazingly far, but just like good enough to just get some calm, like peace and quiet.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Clay's just gonna continue writing in the book, just waiting. Not really change of expression or anything.
Okay. Not
Although
sure.
I feel like the
Huh.
rest of the party is now concerned.
I'm not sure at what point.
Grandpa just kind of
Mauro-
looked at all of this like, holy shit.
And old Dower just standing there, just looking pissy as ever.
So normally,
Marin is setting up his tent. You couldn't
Good
see
for
it.
him.
He was preparing to do something.
Man,
We have a tent? Which asshole here?
Darv
Ren
without,
the child.
Darv without his security blanket gets all pissy.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Cars, how do I whisper rolls out of curiosity? Or
Uh,
not whisper rolls, whisper messages.
I think. Oh shit.
Is there even a thing for it?
Check in the player resources for controls for Foundry. It should tell you. You have to scroll up a bit because of Fred mode, but yeah, it should tell you.
Curse you, Fred.
Yes, I don't know.
Fucking Fred!
Ah!
Oh, Karst, I was not prepared for this. I hope you enjoy
Why
the
did he
drama.
just lie?
It's part of his oath. I legitimately can't lie.
You gotta be better half truths then.
It's dude, seriously, the
It's his
oath.
flaw, my guy. It's his
It's
flaw.
literally, it's a literal flaw where Clay's word is his bond. He literally doesn't want to lie to his friends or anyone.
You know what? Clay's gonna sit down with Rin, and Rin's gonna teach him the art of the half truth and the half lie.
You could have just straight up not answered, just like,
Yeah.
oh wait, I need to sleep.
Okay, you
Knock
know
yourself
what?
out.
You know what I should have done? I should have just thrown like freaking a smoke bomb and left. Dude,
Yeah.
that would have been great.
No, I know what we. Clay and Rotpine need to make a signal, so whenever Clay does the signal, Rotpine just knocks him out. Boom. Cannot say any truth or lies.
Smoke bomb? That's
Get-
where you just fucking pocket sand.
Pakistan.
Then just run away.
Clay says,
But I-
Clay says something, gets immediately punched by Rothbine and sneak attack by Rin's like,
Just
Oh my
completely
God.
fucking decimated. It's like the fucking meme, I crumpled the kid. He didn't even see it coming.
But isn't
Remember-
Darvo wearing a mask? Pocket said will stop that.
I don't have no mask, only have a shawl.
Okay,
Let-
just
throw the
Yeah.
sand and then put it back down respectfully. Come on.
It's that easy, lol.
But yeah, and after that I'm just going to be just very menacingly just like keep on just throwing a dagger at a tree, picking it back up, throwing it at a tree again.
that
Why would
poor
you do that to a
tree.
tree?
It's not just me. That poor tree I'm gonna fucking bleed dry up sap.
Rotpine just sitting there like, what the fuck? What did he ever do to you?
Intervene if you want, peasant.
Okay, sure.
Um,
If you fucking dare me, I mean,
I will. Hell yeah.
What's up, Cars?
sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry. Oh, little hiccup burp. Yeah, I need you to roll me a wisdom check, Nadim.
Bet.
Oh goodness gracious, Karst.
16. Could you roll me one more? 'Cause
because I did not like the roll.
15.
15. Okay. Because think about it, he would technically have disadvantage on this roll. So,
Gotcha.
all right. So 16, 15 on a roll. That's still decent. All right. You hear faint whispers, but no clear words. Just faint whispering, like like someone's in a very echoey chamber, very far away from where you are. And you get a few words, just a few that come in clearer, saying, let's see, what would they say? Oh, what would the words be? Sorry, my ability to think on the fly is a bit on the fritz. Let's see, it'd be like, you rejected me.
Hmm.
What?
Sorry, what'd you say, Nadim?
What do you want with my brother?
You just kind of try to listen in more. You hear the whisperings, it's more whisperings, almost whispering, kind of overlapping with one another. And you just kind of hear one word come in. Mine.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna put it on.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go, killing again. Alright, roll me a... Oh boy.
That's what I said.
Okay, roll me 2 wisdom checks. Roll me a wisdom check with advantage.
21.
Okay, and now roll me a charisma save.
5.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
happy times.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, let me find some proper tune for this.
Oh, you're fucked.
Oh my god.
Oh
One of the
boy,
brothers
oh boy,
is being
here we
possessed
go.
and the other one's angry. Great. Great.
Who would have thought we would have problems with the fucking Dark Elves, huh?
No, it's not that. It's just family drama. That's the problem right there.
This all wouldn't happen if they just fucking talk!
No, don't deeper than that, sadly.
Sorry, wait, Tom, what'd you say? Because you kind of cut out there for me. It's like, if this wouldn't happen, they just fucking... It's like,
Oh no. Oh no. They talked.
if they talk, they just fucking talked. Okay.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
okay, it's like, I don't think they have that kind of relationship, so...
Well, not yet. I mean, fucking
Oh
crazy
my
things have happened.
god. Okay.
I mean, they got really
Okay.
friendly towards in the city, so.
Cars, just continue, please.
Yeah, I'm just
Please.
finding some proper music, sorry.
Okay.
Quick, change subject!
This.
There we go. Alright. So, hopefully you guys can hear the music okay. So, Maru, as you put it on, you feel a cold feeling just wash all over you, and your vision goes dark. It's a darkness that even your dark vision can't see in. And you feel as if your body is being pulled down by something or someone. Almost as if like multiple bandages or ropes have wrapped around you and just dragging you down. And then you feel yourself floating in this black empty void. And in the distance, piercing this darkness, you see multiple eyes just open up, one by one, until you see a total of 8. until they begin to coalesce down to just 4. And you see, as the eyes get closer and closer to you, you begin to see a face emerge. The face of a lovely woman, pale white skin, and pale, long, very long, pale white hair. You see her, from what she's wearing is like a slick, like black, almost kind of leather top, and her arms. You see just kind of her skin that was pale white turn into this, shifting to grays into this pitch black, and you almost see her from her fingertips these long, sharp claws or fingernails of some sort, just extending outwards. And she kind of waves her arms out to the sides. The blackness, the void is dispersed, and you now see that you are dangling in spider threads, webbing. And you see the rest of her form, the beautiful female body, changing into that of an arachnid. Her lower half, she's just kind of, with her spindly legs, just kind of skipping across the webbing, drawing closer to you. And with that, we'll cut back to everyone else. A few hours have gone by,
Mm-hmm.
and Maru hasn't returned.
If I'm gonna be honest, if Darvo's still looking at Clay with death eyes, he's gonna be like, "All right, I'm just gonna go look for your brother." Just he doesn't want to stop being looked at like that.
Yeah, I'll go annoy him. Haha.
If it's been more than an hour and the guy's not back, he's gonna go in fear of the man has been attacked by banshees.
If the banshees weren't summoned by the fishing, I think won't be any banshees nearby. Hopefully,
Yeah.
unless it's delayed
You
banshees.
As
You make
time
think
goes
like-
on and on, that was
You make-
Rutgers.
You think what you wish, Ren thinks what he wishes.
Jeez.
Hold on. You were saying, Frenchie?
You see, as time goes on, Clay, that was expression goes from like annoyance to more and more worried.
Yeah, they'll honestly just go look for him, just cause.
Oops, I dropped my pen.
Mostly because I remember last week he said just to watch out for him just in case. And Clay's gonna go do that.
Okay.
Hey, I'm coming with you.
Alright, suit yourself.
Alright, so who's all going
You
to look
go
for
have
Maru?
fun, kids.
Bravo number 2.
Okay. So we got Clay, Darvo, is Rin searching too?
Ren is searching too.
Okay, what about Ryu and Rapine?
I'm chilling back in the camp.
Okay.
Hey,
have to keep watch here.
Ren.
Yeah.
Before you go, we're gonna stay here and take care of the camp, me and Rot Pine, but how about establishing that link you talked about before?
Right.
We are in the
Ren is
forest.
going to lick you on the head, and Erica, you have contact for roughly 3 hours.
Ooh.
Bree's gonna talk inside of his head. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Don't try not to think surface thoughts.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
it's gonna take a bit of time to get used to. I'll link. Can I link both? I'll link one to Ryu, and I'll link the other one to. Even is Clay, odd is Darbo.
Alright, you guys take care of yourself, okay? If you need anything, just send me a message.
And I'll link one to Clay. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, don't worry, we'll be fine. Hopefully he's just, I don't know, resting.
By a river, that would be quite dangerous.
May the trees guide your way.
How would they? Oh, never mind.
I'll go with. Uh, Ren is going to search for what's it called? Stealthily search, basically.
Okay. Sneak search. Got it.
Yeah, in case if something that took him is hostile, he gets the drop on the thing that's hostile and kills it.
Okay. As you guys kind of go around searching for him, it takes you about maybe, I'd say, 15 minutes to come upon him. And the one that finds him first will be. I need 3 of you to roll me a d6, please. Highest one finds him first.
I rolled first. Fuck.
Okay, 4.
Okay. So we're rolling a d6.
I got a 6.
Nice. Okay.
God damn!
Okay.
Damn, bro.
God damn! Oh wait, what? You just rolled a 6.
Double
Reroll.
That's a 6. You just click.
That's just a 6.
Oh my
Click the d6.
gosh. I did. Why did it roll that? That's so weird.
There you
What
go.
did you guys notice? Come on.
I promise you, I rolled the d6 card. So I
Okay.
don't know why it just
I
came
rolled
out
a
as a.
1,000, guys.
Get out of here, you!
Oh
How
my
you guys
gosh.
do that?
How did you roll that on a d6, bro? Wow.
You just click on one of your dice and then delete the D number, the D letter.
The D number. Ooh.
Sorry, yeah, D letter. All right, so, boobs. God damn it. So Rin, you are the first one to come upon Maru, and you find him unconscious, floating a bit in the air.
That's
Oh.
illegal.
You
Is
say,
it?
as in, if I walk up towards him and I go prone, I can see what's on the other side of him.
Yes.
Found him. He's floating. That's what I'll say through telepathic link.
He's what?
He's floating.
Huh?
You don't hear this. You're not connected.
Oh,
Um,
I thought.
Uh,
Wait, never mind. So just loud
Play
as
will
fuck.
ask.
Nothing.
Play will ask. In his mind, he's like, "Is he wearing a symbol?"
Is he wearing a symbol card?
Roll a perception
Like-
check.
Well, specifically, is there anything odd on his person that's not normally there? I should have specified that.
Perception check to just go and look around his neck.
Mhm.
Right. Perception 17.
You do see something on around his neck, kind of like it's just laying on his chest, and it's giving off a faint dark light around it.
Yeah, he has a thing on his chest.
God damn it! And Play, where are you? I'm gonna run there now.
How do I alert you to? I'll tell you the direction I took from camp. So it's gonna be a bit of time before you get here. So Ren is going to do the logical thing of taking the symbol off his body.
Okay.
That seems very logical.
As you try to get closer to him, you feel like you're running into something. That there's something impeding your approach. You feel like as if like strands of something is sticking to you, and as you try to get closer and closer, it slows you down more and more until you feel like you're getting tangled up almost.
You said something invisible, right?
Something you can't see. Yes.
I'm gonna just Ren is gonna humor himself and is gonna summon psychic daggers to cut on the area around him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep pushing forward.
All right. As you call upon your psychic daggers, you do manage to cut through something there, but you also feel something begin to adhere to your psychic daggers. You can kind of begin to see like your psychic daggers getting wrapped up in something very thin, but it glistens a bit as well.
How far away am I from his body?
About 15 feet.
Oh god, I got a hell of a distance to cross. Okay. I'm gonna unsummon and resummon dagger.
Okay,
Does that clean it?
it does. As
Yeah,
as
I'll do that.
as you unsummon, you just kind of see this lump of what looks like, or small, not lump, but small cluster of spider webs, just falls to the ground.
Oh, this is bad sign. I have been told about this. I am going to go through the cut through as if I'm going through a fucking jungle in an attempt to make my way closer to it.
All right. So, as we do,
Mhm.
uh, what I'm going to be saying next will be tomorrow, and I still want you guys to hear it, but just don't use it as meta knowledge.
Gotcha.
Watch
I'm,
his
put,
pipe.
I'm putting trust in you all.
How dare you?
I trust you guys. All right. So,
How dare you?
Mario.
Famous last words.
as you are in this spider web filled space, it's caught up, tangled up in the webbing, you see what is has been described as the depiction of Lolth to your people, to the fanatics and cultists that ran rampant in your home where you grew up.
Am I able to speak?
You can. And she
Did you
just,
keep yourself nicely kept here?
it is my domain, and I like it this way. Now, what do you want? Why were you foolish enough to put it on?
Well, I wanted a word with you, and thinking smartly is not part of my forte. I may have been able to tell.
Yes, your brother did get more of the brains from your family. But now that I have you, what makes you think I'll let you go?
Nothing.
Good. Then maybe I can trade you for your brother.
Yet. No trade.
That's not for
What
you
do
to
you-
decide. It's for your brother.
What do you like to... What do you like so much about him?
He has been prepared for me. That's what I
Oh.
like. He is special, and you are not.
Well, I did pull him away from you. I'm sure you're aware.
Yes, and I did not like that.
I know.
That's-
I lost an arm fighting my father for it. I have a bounty on my head placed on it by my mother.
I've lost that boy twice, and it's becoming irritating. If I get another chance, I'm not going to lose him again.
No chance.
To think, I thought I was so close to having him when he was there in the water. So close. He was almost mine. I
You
was
tried
pulled.
to drown him.
Yes, in death, I could take him. I could change him into what he is destined to become, what he was prepared to become by the others, by my worshippers and followers.
And what would that?
My king. My brood father.
Ooh.
One who would help me bring into the world my essence, so that I may spread my webbings and connect all you poor lost souls, and connect you true to the void. And together, we will make peace in the world. There will be no hate, no violence, no distrust of others based on how you look or how you are, we will be one.
Peace through what? Forceful means?
No, you will all see the truth in the void. I will have you all stare into the abyss, and as it stares back, you will see the truth of it all. I was so close to having him. I was pulling him down in the dark depths where he would have been mine. But then that blasted light, that damned dragon got him and pulled him up. So I tried to latch on to what she tried to give him. That weapon. I thought maybe through that I could maybe corrupt him slowly as he grew stronger. Press my influence upon him more and more. But then that damned paladin ripped my symbol from around his neck and tossed me away. And that dragon found that opportunity and took it. My hold on him has weakened so much, I can barely feel him anymore. But I am still connected to your brother. And I will have him, Maru. Darva will be my brood king. And we will save your world.
Over my dead, limp, rotting body.
She just zooms up close to you and just kind of drags one of her claws against your cheek and makes it bleed. That can be arranged. I could easily kill you and possess your body, and then corrupt your brother that way. But I want you to be alive to watch it happen. I want you to see him turn from the light that dragon has surrounded him in, and watch him bathe himself in the darkness. That is my love and my influence. And watch him change from the brother you tried to make him be and hoped he would be. And watch him become a king. You see her head just like some of her eyes just suddenly shift off to the side, looking somewhere. Damned interlopers. Seems like one of your friends is trying to save you. That sneaky one, the strange one, he cuts my threads with something that is not physical. What is he? What is he? Tell me.
Me? I'm sorry, but you gave. But as you said, it's Darva with the brains. I'm but a simple man.
She just kind of like wraps her hand around your throat and just kind of tilts your head up. That Rin, what is he?
I simply cannot confirm nor deny anything I say, as I do not know. Yet,
He tries to save you. He cannot save you.
that fear here in voice or concern.
She just kind of just. You see her just grit her teeth as she just takes a breath and lets go of you. It matters not. I have you. You're here with me. Your mind is bound here in my domain. He cannot save you. So, she just kind of like begins to weave her webbing. I shall make it so you can see your brother's downfall from here. You will be alive to watch as he becomes mine again.
Oh shit.
And with that, we'll cut back to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
To Clay, who
Yes.
you make your way towards Rin at a very fast pace.
Yes.
And upon at the fast pace you're running, the clanking of your armor, Darvo, not you kind of hear and see Clay running in the distance in a direction very quickly.
Oi, Clay, got a cue?
Yeah. Follow me.
Alright, right on.
Okay.
By the way, Cars, if you read chat, this is what Rin is thinking through his head as he's going through the fucking spider webs.
Okay.
Can I hear that? Is the question.
Nope.
Itsy bitsy
Rin has
spider. Itsy bitsy spider about to get stabbed down.
Oh
Stab
god.
down came the Rin and stabbed the spider out. Oh god. Oh my god. Wow, okay. So as you guys are running towards Rin's location, you come upon him, you see him there with these you can kind of see the blades form. It's less clear for you as it is for Rin, but you kind of see these kind of like purple magenta colored energy, or no, sorry, what color did you say it was?
Now it's blue.
Blue. Sorry, blue. This kind of bluish energy just kind of extending from his hands as he's kind of cutting through something, and with each cut you can see just in the sunlight, the sunlight kind of glistens upon it, what looks like spider webs. And
Oi,
Darvo, you see your brother just floating there mid in the air, about
Oi.
maybe 4 or 5 feet off the ground.
Oi, what's happening to him? Oi, stop. What are you doing?
Rin is gonna yell, Darvo, fucking stay back, don't come any closer. Clay, get over here.
Clay
I'm
would have
stepping
done
forward.
that. Wait, right? Ryu, are you there? Like here with us, I mean.
No, Ryu stayed back with Rapine.
He's vibing at camp.
We're just playing tic tac toe.
You're
Alright.
you can speak telepathically though. Just remember that.
Okay.
Yeah, you've been hearing everything that's been said out on comms.
Yeah.
Oh
gotcha.
really?
Yeah, it's literally telecommunication that everybody can speak and they'll hear each other that are connected. So you've been hearing everything.
Okay.
Oh shit! Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, I was like, okay, Ryu's just chilling back in camp, but all right. He's gonna be quiet. He's not gonna disturb you guys.
So Clay will do this. It's like Clay will run up to Ren or where he is, and if he knows that Darvo's trying to push forward, he's just like, "Listen, just trust us, all right? If things get bad, then you'll help your brother. But for the love of God, just trust me. I want to help your brother more than anything.
What's happening to him?
I don't know, but I know it has to do with that damn symbol on his neck. Oh, I should have just gotten rid of it.
Yes? Who spoke to me?
Rin, his symbol, is it tied around his neck or is it just sitting on his chest?
He's got kind of like looped, like, you know how you'd wear a necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How close am I to him after spending his entire time cutting forward?
Probably just about maybe a couple feet away from him.
I'm gonna take the necklace off.
Okay. Alright, as you grab it, I need you
I'm gonna do two things. One, I'm gonna tell Ryu that I'm gonna say to the psychic link, I'm gonna cut it and retry fucking fix it on him, on Marvo and Clay because we're fucking doing shit. That's the first thing I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna reach for it and rip the thing out.
Wait, who are you redirecting the link to?
It's went from Clay and Ryu to me, Clay, and Marvu.
Maru, okay.
Yeah, Marv.
I am going to become a basketball player and go try to right left as the big fucking 6'4" demon.
Alright, so I was making sure you weren't trying to say Darvo.
If that's the first thing I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna reach for the necklace.
Alright. So as you change the link, cut the link from Ryu and establish one with Maru, and grabbing the necklace. I need you to make me a charisma save with disadvantage.
All right, charisma save disadvantage is an 11.
11. Okay. All right. Well, with that,
Karst,
yes,
can I try something?
sure.
Clay is gonna run to Maru.
Mhm.
As he's doing so, he is going to try something stupid.
Okay.
And I know this is gonna get me a lot of hate in the future, but here goes nothing. Hopefully it helps. Clay is going to basically swear on his oath
Mhm.
and cast on his weapon. And cast on his weapon. What is it called again? Give me a second. I'm basically going to do Sacred Oath on my weapon, which means it starts to glow.
Okay.
I wrote it down, but I can't find it now.
Is it a cursed feature or a paladin feature?
It's there it is. It's my channel divinity essentially.
Ah.
There you go. I wrote it says.
Oh, I see. Sacred weapon. As an action, you imbue one weapon that you're holding on to with positive energy using your channel divinity for 1 minute. You can add your charisma mod to attack rolls. Weapon also emits a bright light for 20-foot radius and dim light for 20 feet beyond that. If the weapon's already magical, it becomes magical for the duration. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Also, the map's blue for me for some reason, but
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
well, that
Nope.
is. Yeah, for me too. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Tell me, Clay.
Yes.
Considering I'm
Somebody has
following
an
you,
aura to come out.
considering I'm following you about 60 feet back,
Oh, that's because I clicked on the uh. Here, let me just. Oh nope, it's still on. Shit.
Keep it. It fits the theme.
Yep. So go ahead and talk while I figure this out.
You're saying, Frenchie?
my dear Clay,
There it is.
you have a bright weapon now.
Yes.
Do you have it out?
Yes.
Do you have it pointed in a general direction of my brother?
It's not pointing towards your brother, but he is running towards your brother with the weapon. Yes.
And kind of cutting through the webbings with it.
Yes, he is cutting through the webbings because he sees that Ren. Like, I imagine that Ren would have mentioned that there's some kind of weird sticky substance, like at least told him that ahead of time. So
Yeah.
he's trying to cut randomly through the air.
Right. So you're waving that sword pretty close to my brother, huh?
Well, about 15 feet away. And
Okay.
as he's just kind of cutting, you see as his sword kind of cuts through the webbing, it catches fire, and just like quickly just gets burns the webbing away.
From 60 feet away in a very distressed voice you probably never heard before. You're gonna hear it over there. Don't you fucking hurt my brother!
Slay will just
Very
respond.
badly.
Slay will just reply, "Trust me, I'm not gonna hurt him."
And with that,
Uh,
at that moment, when Rin grabs a symbol, Rin and Clay,
Yes.
you two stop moving.
I like to
and you-
imagine that Clay's kind of running. He just stops.
And your guys' vision goes black. And you feel yourselves floating. Darvel, you see Rin and Clay just begin to slowly float into the air. Just like how Maru is.
Guys? Clay? Rin?
No response.
Can we still try and speak telepathically as this shit's happening?
As it is, as you guys' vision has gone black, and you feel yourselves floating, that blackness begins to fade away as you feel and see your scenery change. you feel webbings around you, and you can see Maru now with a very large entity in front of him. Half woman, half arachnid. She quickly just like her, you hear like the snapping sound as her head just quickly spins and looks over at you all. She just you hear her hiss in anger and dissatisfaction. You, how are you here? What did you do?
Oh, hello.
Oh my
Hey
god,
there.
you are. Oh my god, you're ugly.
I got lost. I meant to end up in hell. I took a wrong turn.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Everyone is loath. You can go and fuck yourself.
No matter, I just now have more leverage against your brother.
No. No, you don't.
Curse, how restrained is Rin?
Fairly. Not as
Can I move-
bad as Maru is though.
Can I still move my what's it called, hand?
Yeah. Just a little bit, not very much, but you can.
I'm gonna try to speak telepathically to the other two because I linked us. Am I still connected to you guys?
They hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
So when I told you not to get stabbed, this wasn't an acceptable alternative. You know that, right?
Hmm. See, there was a situation here where I wasn't hoping to see either of you, and this isn't to be mean. I feel like I come off mean sometimes, but no, I did not want to see you two here.
Not to interrupt the funny banter, guys, but Maru,
Da?
I have a serious question for you.
Go ahead.
Are you okay with me destroying the symbol?
Oh, go right ahead.
All right, Ren. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but disconnect me.
Gonna if your thing fails, I'm just gonna start throwing daggers, and I'm gonna drop the telepathic connection.
Okay. As you kind of start like trying to chuck daggers, you see Loth.
I said if it fails. I said if it fails.
Oh, if it fails. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Whatever he does.
as you try to cut your connection to Clay, you do so, and Clay, you just snap back to consciousness. That blackness that you saw dissipates. In the meantime, Darva, what were you doing when you see Rin and Clay just floating in the air?
I'm fucking. Listen to me. I don't have enough in hand, but I'm fucking gunning it towards there.
All right.
Like there's no fucking tomorrow. There's...
Wait, so he just gets up and starts running?
Oh no! Listen to me. I was already running, but now I'm just. I've been fueled by the power of massive adrenaline.
Okay.
Rapper just sees him go up and run away. I'm like, okay, I'm bye.
By the way, did we just see Clay poof out of there?
Yeah. You just see like the webbing that was holding him just crumple as he just disappears.
Oh no! I accidentally killed Clay. I am a bad person.
Loth is just kind of just running up to you and just gets right up in your face, and you feel her just sink a couple claws like into your one to each of your shoulders, and just hisses at you. Just, what did you do? What are you?
A mistake.
Sorry.
You see, the little when mother and father love each other very much, they do this hokey pokey, and then just I can't do the noise right now, but
She just like just looks at you and just waves a hand and has webbing just wrap up your mouth. And she
I'm
just
not
looks
sure.
back at Rin,
So Ren is gonna continue the explanation.
and she just sinks her claws in deeper, and it hurts a lot. You take let's see here, 12 points of psychic damage.
Still healthy. That's nothing.
All right. Darvo, as you're running up, getting closer to your brother, some of the webbing catches on to you and slows your movement. As you get closer and closer, you see Clay just snap back to consciousness as he kind of gasps for air and he falls to the ground.
Ow, ow, ow! Now's not the time for that. He like gets himself up and moves closer while still attacking the webs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as he gets close enough to hopefully hit the symbol, he looks to Darvo and says, "You're gonna hate me, and that's fine. But me, you, and your brother are gonna talk, whether you two like it or not."
You right? I
By
wasn't
the
really
way,
paying much attention. Just his face is like a mix of like fear, crying, and just very anger.
by the way, first, I don't know how well this is gonna time, but if she's extremely close enough where she's on top of me and stabbing me,
Mm-hmm.
Rin is going to reveal the big trick and do a surprise stab at her.
Okay.
Surprise, Patrick! Eh.
I don't know how well is it gonna time with Clay fucking destroying the symbol, but we're going on a prayer here.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
We're literally going on a prayer.
all right. So, wait, what are you going to do with the stabbing?
Oh no, I'm just gonna stab her. That's it.
Are you just like chucking your dagger at her or something?
She's within 5 feet of me, right?
Yeah. Well, sort of. She's very big, so she's got good reach on her.
Oh no, I thought she was closer. I'll
She's probably about maybe, I'd say, 10 to 15 feet from you, but she's got like two of her like long claw, like very sharp fingernails embedded into each of your shoulders.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah, and she keeps kind of pushing them deeper, trying to get answers from you.
Ow. Marvo, Maru, are people in your homeland enjoy this shit?
So as you just kind of try to chuck a dagger at her.
Yeah, that is what I do. It is a spectral dagger which I can throw from my hand.
All right, go and roll me an attack roll.
Question, because two things apply here. One, can I give myself advantage?
How?
I have my feature which basically says if I don't move, I get advantage. Steady aim.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. Second of all, how surprised is she going to be if a dagger just goes flying at her?
Depends if she can see it or not.
There's spectral psychic daggers.
Well, we'll have to see.
I'm trying to find where did I put my stabbing utensils. Here's the one.
Oh my God.
21.
21 there.
That will hit.
Yeah, she's focused on the upper part of my body. She just gets stabbed on her lower part. And,
Okay.
and she doesn't see anything. There is no obvious, wounds or anything. It's just it really felt like something hit her.
Okay.
Oh goodness.
So as you kind of try your best to kind of chuck this blade, with having a claw-like thing in your shoulder, you hit, and it kind of goes a bit off course, arcing a little bit higher than you were hoping. But as it does, she doesn't seem to take notice of you of anything coming at her. She's like, "What are you doing? Why do you move your arm like that?" And then all of a sudden, you just hear her scream out in pain. Like with a free hand, she clutches her face. As she kind of pulls back her hand, you see one of her eyes are closed and is bleeding.
Eh.
And at that moment, Clay, you wrench Rin's hand free from the holy symbol and bring your sword down upon it.
Yes.
As your blade makes contact with the holy symbol of Lolth, you and Darvo, who are conscious, watch as it just shatters and explodes with energy.
All right.
You all are kind of knocked back as this wave of energy knocks you back about 10 feet onto the ground. The webbing disperses, and Maru just falls to the ground, as well as does Rin.
Am I still unconscious?
No. As you
Well,
land on the ground, you both come back to consciousness.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is just
No, no,
basically
no.
rip off the scarf and then rip off the glasses and just throw up.
Okay?
And second thing that's gonna happen is Davos is gonna bolt up and just tackle the man while he's done throwing up.
Red is rolling around on the ground in pain as he got impaled by a god.
Hello,
Alright.
Darvo.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. Darvo. So I had a talk with Lolf.
Are you really okay?
I'm okay.
I stabbed her and I'm in pain. Oh.
All right. Come on.
Just,
Let you
can I
give
get a
him-
moment? Can I get a moment with Darvo?
Let them talk. Come on. He'll
Okay,
give
I
him-
need you. Clay, I need you to drag me away.
Yeah,
Okay.
Clay will drag him away, but also give him like how many hit points did you take? So just so I know how much to give you.
He lost 12.
All right, I'll give him 10 points of healing then with lay on hands.
Okay.
Come on, I'm very proud of you. Come on, let's give him a moment.
Okay. So with that, the brothers are left alone.
Mm-hmm.
Darvo, I'm fine.
He's still holding you very, very tightly. Tears still going down his face.
I just want you to why the symbol had to go. I know it meant a lot to do because it was the last thing that's left from Mother, but if we hadn't done what we've done, you'd be lost completely.
Oh, care about the symbol. Are you okay?
I'm okay. I did this for you, and I just wanted to make sure that she couldn't hold on anymore. I've told you before, and as a I will go and defy gods if I have to make sure you're okay. I keep my word. Clay and Bryn, help.
I feel sick.
I do too.
I said things I never should have to Clay.
You were angry and in the moment. I'm sure he understands. There's time to apologize. But it will be now. We made sure of it. Can I get up now?
I was gonna give you a quick nod and stand back up, kind of just like wiping all the tears off his face.
You can see that Mara was tearing up as well. I'm harsh, I'm hard-headed, I'm annoying to be around, I'm arrogant, I'm many things negative. But in the end, no matter what, I'll always go to however many continents there are for you. across all seas and across all land.
Thank you.
The problem. Maru's gonna just wrap arm around Darvo and pull him in.
Alright. As you two embrace, you just kind of holding each other for a good moment. You both hear some whispers all around you. And you see the remnants of the holy symbol shattered and broken floating in the air. And the whispers say to you, "This isn't over, Maru. Darvo will be mine.
Over.
You will be my
My-
king."
Over my dead, limp, rotting corpse.
Was that to the both of us or just the
Yeah,
the
to
Maru?
both of you. You can both hear this. And Maru, as you say that, you hear it just kind of, both of you hear the whispers say, "Then so it shall be." And then you watch as the shards of the symbol just fly off into the air and disappear from sight.
So when she started speaking, Dawo just like said, just like dropped tearing up again.
You know that she tried to pull you underwater. And if someone tries to kill my brother, then I have to have a word with them.
I just because you're my dear gold brother. When she spoke in just she good old Dawo's face from just like sad to just straight up just terror. And just kind of just froze there.
Okay.
Do you need more time, or shall we rejoin the others?
And breathing heavily, Shaw let go still. That frozen look of fear on his face.
Darvo, as this kind of feeling overtakes you, both you and Maru, well, Maru probably would notice more quickly. Well, probably would be the only one to notice since he's not in the same state you are. You notice the other holy symbol on Darvo's belt begin to glow softly. And you can almost feel like a warmth come from it. Darvo, you feel this warmth kind of build up inside you. And as it does, you get a feeling that kind of tries to push away this feeling of dread and fear you have. A feeling that everything will be alright. As you feel like someone's arms are very gently wrapping around your shoulders and hugging you.
I'll make sure.
Let's go. back with the others.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
And I just slowly but surely start walking back towards Clay.
Okay.
And you all call me the suspicious one.
All right. As you two walk back,
I mean, yeah. Sorry, Clark.
just kind of holding on to each other, for support and security. You guys come upon Clay and Rin as they seem to be having a discussion. You two notice that the brother's approaching you.
Mhm.
Don't say I never did anything for both of you. I stabbed the god.
I think he means he's just glad you two are safe.
I hope so.
I do
Clay,
too.
Clay, you want a discussion with us?
Yes. All I want to say is this. Please, never fucking do that again. Just promise me that.
I don't think I have the capacity to at this point.
And if for some reason there's another symbol out there that's cursed or whatever, just tell me so I can destroy it, or, let me know if it has family ties, because I kind of feel like an ass because of that. All in all, I'm just glad you two are safe. And that's behind us. Mhm.
I'm sorry, Clay.
Darvo? You're fine. I thought what I was doing was going to protect you and your brother. I honestly probably should have asked ahead of time. But that's before I knew that it belonged to your mother. But your brother has told me a little bit about your past, and I thought I was doing what was right. You had every right to get mad at me. Just know this. If we ever get in a fight, I'm gonna win. Okay? He says with a smile, just to try to lighten the mood.
Well, he's not wrong.
Well, that laugh was in character.
Really. You're fine. You're my friend. And I want you to know that no matter what happens, I'm always gonna try to do what's best for everyone. Okay?
I'm still kind of like just hiding behind Maru, just like reach for a very shaky handshake.
He'll shake his head. Just
I promise as well.
alright. Now that that's over and done with, let's just get back to Tamp and relax. Because things are gonna get weird after this. Oh, I'm tired.
Okay. So with that,
If I have to, I will carry one or both the brothers.
We'll be fine.
not one. Alright.
Ooh.
Though, I do know a song to at least lighten the mood. Darvo. Darvo?
Yeah.
Do you remember the tune I was playing on the ship for that happened?
Yeah.
Would you like to have another go at it at camp?
Sure, I can, but just not here.
Not here, at camp.
Yeah, this is gonna make an interesting story.
Yeah,
So as you two
Oh.
make your way, or not you two, but you four make your way back to camp, you come upon Rot Pine and Ryu, who are just chilling,
Oh.
playing games together.
Oh, you guys are back. Oh, how did it go?
It
I
went.
stand the guard.
Next question, please.
Oh, stop it. Oh, that's nice. That's gonna be really good on your resume.
I'm glad you guys are back.
Yeah.
One Piece. Now,
Well,
would you guys settle down for some tea?
Oh, that sounds lovely.
it's their watch soon anyways, so
Well, it's not
Might as well.
nighttime yet, but
it's gonna be soon.
yes.
Now to make tea.
So
I imagine Ryu, whenever he's making tea, he's like a fucking warlock or a witch brewing. Fucking oh my old fucking
What are you
enchanting.
doing now? I'm adding water.
whoa.
Why do you think it's so delicious? I sold my soul for this.
Singing his favorite tea making song. You know, leaves on the vine.
Oh
Lovely.
my
God, no.
That's so sad. God.
He doesn't know where that song came from, but it's the only one of the only songs he remembers.
Oh dear.
Ugh,
Oh dear.
I cry.
Oh lordy lord.
So, as you guys get some tea and food in your bellies, sit down and get some much needed time to catch your breath and catch up on, well, the other two, what happened, if you wish. We will end the session there. As you guys,
Wait.
ending you guys. Oh, sorry. Did you want to do some Rot Pine?
Fuck no.
No.
Actually,
Okay.
two things are gonna happen.
Hmm?
Number one, two things are going to happen before you end this session, Mr. Cast.
Yes.
The first one is, I was gonna go just to his backpack just to freshen up real quick.
Mhm.
And two, one times Maru and one times Davo. Maru's probably gonna pull out the guitar and Davo's gonna ready his voice. This is so sad. Why wasn't he paused? Why wasn't he skipped?
Oh, you have to skip.
This is so sad. Alexa, play Despacito.
Ours prepared the death song already.
And now we can end on Campfire 2.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, we'll come up next session with you guys taking your watch and then getting the much needed, much well-deserved long rest for four of you. And we will be picking up next week with you guys heading into the forest. Finally.
Yeah.
Hey.
Forest.
Finally, Forest.
I was not expecting Maru to do the whole I'm gonna try to connect to a god thing. The one that has it out for
Karst.
me.
Karst. This has been leading up to this kind of moment, you fool.
How do you
Dude,
know?
how many
course,
times
man.
have I said that I will go and speak to that god if I have to?
Well-
And I did.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah
the-
you held up your threat. That's true.
I
But
said I'll go do it.
for
Maru ain't no bitch.
our players and audience to know, this is not the last time you've heard or seen of Loth.
I mean, I know.
Oh, really?
She
We
will.
know,
She
guys.
will return
No
Yay.
fucking
In
way,
Avengers
dude.
Endgame.
with vengeance.
Really?
Cars.
Yay,
Is she
my
gonna return in
dominatrix.
Avengers Endgame?
Yes. Well, no, she's gonna return in Adventures Endgame.
Wow.
That's so dumb.
Someone say
Good
ad?
one.
With that,
Fuck yeah.
we'll end the session there. Thank you all for coming. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope my players had a good time.
Thank you for running.
Getting to stab
That
a
was
god.
great.
Absolutely.
And
Yep. Okay, we out.
big emotional moments, almost player infighting, little slime boys summoned by tree grandpa.
Let's go, slime boys.
And all I had to do was speak to a god to fix it all.
Well, I wouldn't say
Not easy.
fixed, but probably made
I
things better.
wonder if Rin gave her a permanent injury. That would just make him laugh.
Okay, well, see you all next week.
Yep, see you all.
boys.
Bye bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thank you all. Catch you all next week. I'll
I'll see you.
there.